learned where we finished up last time. You learned a lot more about the Brotherhood of the Spider that you had known in all the weeks leading up to today's events. You've learned a fast route to the Brotherhood of the Spider that is somewhat concealed and most likely dangerous. You've also learned of a potential that is the path in the old wall behind the outhouse in the courtyard of the Shoals. There's a secret panel that leads into an old tunnel that leads into the old wall, which runs perpendicular to Lankhmar's wall, and it runs all the way out to close to Wall Street, but not quite, where it kind of crumbles into disarray. But at that point, the tunnel has already gone underground, and it leads all the way to the base of the actual wall of Lankhmar, the city walls. So if I was to pop up a map for you, send that out to everybody. Like the night market is here. The old wall runs like this. And somewhere in this area, I should use the pinger. Oh, it doesn't work very well on this because it doesn't work.
It's over next to Hazy Street.
Yes.
The one that's very close to the outer walls over at the Marsh Gate.
Yes. About 2 blocks north of the Marsh Gate. And it runs out to the so once the wall kind of breaks down, there's a passageway that leads to the actual walls of Lankhmar, and it runs north and south. Presumably, before it gets to the watchtower to the north, there's a secret passage that leads under the wall and out into the Great Marsh. Now, if you went right instead, it leads down through the wall for maybe a half a mile or so until it apparently joins up with the temple or hideout or whatever of the Brotherhood of the Spider. So there's that way. So you know that it's along Wall Street. You also know that you could probably find it from the outside with a fairly extensive investigation. You could probably also find some deacons of the sect who are supplying the shiver to somebody in the night market. If you wanted to stake that route out, you might be able to get more direct information from them. But that might take days and days. You've got a direct route through the tunnel here at the Shoals. So I'll let you guys run with it.
Well, we wanted some deacons, didn't we? Should we go take out a couple?
You mind repeating that?
We wanted to ambush some guys, right? To
Right,
sneak ourselves.
yes. I remember that now. Hold on. I had notes about that.
So, can we kind of case some people?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yes, we need a spider leg sickle, and or at the very least we'll recognize the deacons by those things. They have the phrases that are used.
Oh, whip
Do they stand
sickle.
out? Like, can we see them, or are they kind of blend in with the crowd?
You haven't seen any so far. Have you spent any time in the night market?
Probably not.
I mean, you've walked
just
through
by-
looking around.
And just to make sure I remember this correctly, the spider leg sickle, that was something that they had on them, like an identifier?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weapon that they use. It's almost like a sickle made out of segmented lengths. It's almost like a whip, maybe. A whip and a sickle at the same time. It's hard for you to picture it in your mind. It seems like a pretty exotic weapon.
Well, in that case, I think the best idea is just to try to look around for people who might possess weapons like that.
All right.
You said they were the night
Especially if
market,
they're
right?
especially if they're in
Yeah.
pairs.
So the night market is just north of the shoals. So it is right in here. It's this. I should get rid of that. And draw this here. And as for all things Lankhmar, I don't know if you can see that on your map. I just made the little city geomorph blue.
I see the square.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send you out the map.
It's only 2.5 blocks from my apartment.
Yeah, it's not far. I
Yeah,
mean,
forget
each
where my house was located.
your house is located. If you go down Carter Street, past Craft, but before Cash, you are right here.
Yeah, so somewhere in this quadrant.
Right there.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's yours. And
Yeah, next to Wall Street over there.
yeah. Fat Chance is and Alex's apartment are
Yeah, the
all
last
kind of in
chance
that
over here.
right in there. Yeah. Yeah, the last chance is right there. And Zed's apartment's right in here. And Avis's church is right here. I think. Do you guys see green pins on your maps?
Yes.
Okay,
We see them.
excellent.
So there's a pin for Zed's house. There's a pin for the Church of Utah.
I should
For the last chance.
I should have put pins for Arthur's house. I will actually. It's something I can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to start storing stuff there eventually.
Dead bodies.
I mean, that's one thing that can be stored. Depends.
So I will throw you into the.
Sewers, so that's a good place to put them.
Yeah, that's true too. You do remember the gates? I think I showed you guys the picture. Let's see here. Yes, here. This is the picture of the night market. That's the gates that lead into the night market, and I will put your minis on the map. And of course, some go in houses and some don't. Basically, it's just a tangle of shops and various buildings, little ramshackle kind of tenements, a lot of winding alleys. To the north, there's a couple fountains to the northwest. You've walked through here a few times. En masse, because it can be a fairly dangerous place, especially at nighttime. During the daytime, there's a lot of beggars. There's a lot of people who really don't have a whole lot, trying to make do by selling whatever they've come across. At nighttime, it becomes a little more nefarious. It's one of Lankhmar's more dangerous neighborhoods. As evidenced by the last time you guys tried to walk through here in force, there was the encounter with those who hear, who summoned those creatures and led you to the bookstore. So all of that.
Did we pinpoint the temple's location?
No, I don't. You didn't pinpoint the temple's location. You know that you have an easy way to get there, either through the tunnel, or you could probably find out over days of investigation, interrogation, and then eventually you'd have to get the information out of somebody who probably didn't want to give it up.
But if we go through the... What was the problem with going through the tunnel?
We need the passphrase, I believe.
There's no passphrase, and you know it's dangerous.
Oh, okay. What's the passphrase for then?
The passphrase is for to get into the temple, you're assuming.
Okay, so that's why we're going after these two.
I assume a more
People
tradition.
get-
Well,
Yeah.
also so we can learn the location, so we can find out any dangers. There's a
Alright,
variety of
cool.
reasons to find them. Plus, there's just two less issues to deal with.
Yeah. All right, up to speed. Let's go grab one.
Yeah, it's feel free to
Yes.
move your minis around different places and stuff like that, and I'll just kind of...
Wait a minute. I'm looking at the right map. Let's see. There it is. Okay, I see the map. I was looking at the town. All right, so we are in that district.
Yep, you are in that district.
I will say that are there like shops on the way there? There is something I would like to pick up.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Just a simple mask. Doesn't have to be extravagant.
Oh,
just
sure.
like a simple like small mask to
Yeah.
place on myself.
Paper bag. Like going to
Prefer-
a New Orleans Saints game in the 80s.
Preferably something.
Well,
I can
also
put
the
on and
Houston
take off
Oiler game in the
relatively
80s as
simply.
well.
Yeah, the Jets games recently. yeah, and actually,
I got a new spell, and it's the effect. The effect is best used when I take the mask off, especially since I can't just dispel it.
okay, well, you might remember that they're in the middle of a festival, and there's various masquerades. So there's numerous places where you could just buy a mask at a street side kiosk kind of thing. They have hundreds of them.
Yeah, I'll go buy a simple one.
Yeah, that's like an iron tick. You can buy a simple anything from a simple one. It's an iron tick, which is basically a strip of cloth with two eye holes cut out, and you tie it around your head. To extravagant ones for high-end balls and masquerades.
That sounds more my style. How
Can
much
cost
are those?
upwards of 5 to 10 gold rilks, depending on the materials that it's made out of, the craftsmanship that went into it.
Expensive,
You can
but it sends a message.
sure does. I'm rich. Rob me.
That's one message I can be given. A message that if somebody receives, they will die for.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll shell out. I'll shell out enough for a like. I don't need I don't need the highest quality mask, but I want a high quality one.
Okay.
A good one.
You can pay what you can.
One that can survive a fight.
Okay, yeah. Pay what you want. You can describe the materials and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll shell out. Like you said, it was around 5 to 10 rilks.
Like if you bought a mask with like golden filigree or something like that, maybe carved with ivory or something like that, it would be seriously expensive. Depending on what you're looking for. You want like a goalie mask made out of sheet metal, so you can look like Jason. That would probably be around the mid-range, maybe a silver smear duck. You know, I'll let you decide on how much you want to pay and what the mask looks like.
What if we all get masks? I want a mask like Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess
Masks in
Bride.
general is not a bad idea, just to keep ourselves.
That's
hidden
just
at times.
basically
I was
the
thinking. I
like
was thinking
like
kind of
a
like
Harlequin mask, or like
I was thinking kind of
like a
like
Zora.
peregrine masks, like those, like you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about. Those like
Can I just pull my cloak up over my head?
Yeah, you could do that.
I was thinking
There we
of
go.
the Zorro masks.
Yeah, like a Zoro mask.
Strip of cloth and cut out a couple eye holes.
Yeah, those are the ones that are white iron tick. You can get ones that are, maybe made of a little higher end material, like a velvet or a velour. If they had velour back then, I don't even know what velour is, to be honest with you.
Corduroy. Zip, zip, zip.
Yeah, they maybe made something like that. It's more a little rather than just a strip of dyed cloth. That's probably around a bronze eagle.
Nobody would ever recognize me.
No, it's the same. Like if you just
Oh, it's like Clark Kent. Take off your glasses and fade into obscurity.
yeah, you could do the old style kind of outlaw mask where you just basically have like a burlap sack over your head with eye holes cut out.
Well, I don't want to be that. That's
yeah.
That's a little wrong in the South.
Yeah, it is for sure.
I'll get one of those to keep up with my party member here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I say, spend what you want, get what you want.
Yeah, I was thinking those like in certain like masquerade balls, like the like a peregrine mask type of thing. Those like full face, like almost like animal masks.
Yeah, like a Mask of the Red Death kind of mask.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. There's probably around like a silver smearduck, a couple of silver smearducks if you want a real fancy one. If you want one made of like extremely extravagant material, that's getting up into the gold rilks.
Yeah, I'll shell out a rilk for a like nice one.
Okay.
My problem is, Lakai refuses to wear a bandit mask, so she wants one of these that I put into Discord.
All right, let's have a look here. Yeah. That one there, that's probably around a silver smearduck, unless it was made out of something like extremely flimsy. That looks like it's formed and it's got some feathers and
It's like a Mardi Gras mask.
Yeah, exactly.
She refuses to wear just a piece of cloth with holes in their eye.
Yeah, that's pretty basic, dude.
Which is what I'm going to wear.
That's what I would wear too. Because I know I'd be drunk in about 8 minutes and it'd just be on the floor anyway. So
Velcro in the back, make it easy to take on. Do they have Velcro? Never mind. I don't know. All right. So I guess there are no people around where.
Yeah, there's
are?
people all over the place.
Yeah, you mentioned Mardi Gras, like very like maybe a little bit less elegant than these, like maybe slightly more simple, but like these like basically the half mask, like the hair masks, type of thing.
Same idea. Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Definitely.
Sort of like these.
Yep, for sure.
we look like we're going to different
Like a
classes of mask balls.
Like a masquerade.
I mean, that's the idea.
Yeah, I just typed in masquerade mask to Google. It's coming up with exactly what you guys have. It could, like I say, it could be as fancy or as. Ooh, I see.
We're not putting the masks on yet, right?
Are you guys going to an eyes wide open party?
Yeah.
You're probably fine.
Who needs the spider cult party when you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So
there's
just ask around.
Yeah, there's people everywhere. Spend about an hour or so, make some what is it, diplomacy? Is that what they use for gathering information in this edition?
I think gather information is diplomacy typically.
I think so too.
Who's got a good diplomacy?
Diplomacy is not a class skill for the sorcerer, apparently. regardless.
That's
Well,
strange.
I rolled like shit.
Oh.
So
I think it's because in 3.5, the sorcerer was
Wait,
not appreciated by the developers, so they didn't really give him a lot.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually
Asami
carried
is a
over.
plus 16?
Yeah.
What the hell are we rolling for?
For a higher result
Because-
on the D20.
because I rolled a 5.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
What are we rolling for?
Gathering knowledge, like asking around.
Yeah, well, just give me a rough idea of how you would phrase your question. And you guys
have
can...
you seen?
I'm not rolling.
Well,
enough.
actually, Arthur rolled the best. Arthur, you phrase the question.
There you go.
I suppose I would generally ask people, like, not with like,
Give me drugs.
I bet. Yeah. Excuse me. What did you say?
Give me drugs.
Give me drugs. Yeah.
It was from
Oh, some crack.
Welcome Back, Cotter. Way back in the day.
Don't remember that.
Yeah. Vinny,
I remember the show. I don't remember that phrase.
Yeah, Vinny Barbarino. Give me drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I would ask around to see if anybody has seen any individuals who are. So, for just to like remind me, so the church of the Spider God, is that alongside the Tree of the Gods, or is that outside of it?
The actual Church of Mog, M-O-G, the actual Spider God, is on the Street of the Gods, and I can tell you exactly where.
Yeah, because my main question was if they've seen any members if they've seen any of the people from basically any temple goers like coming around here.
The Temple of Mog itself, it's just the formal, usual Spider God, the ancient Spider God, the god that is in maybe a schism with Mog Lothar, which is the offshoot group that you guys are trying to track down.
I'm trying to ask if they've seen any temple goers in general, because I doubt they'd be able to identify the difference between them all.
Yeah.
Just to not be like, hey, have you seen any people of Mog Lothar? No, I'm trying to be like a little bit less specific than that.
Yeah. Any followers of Mog? Is that what
Yeah,
you're...
any followers of Mog? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you an evil cultist? No? Move along.
Can you point me to the evil temple, please?
I imagine I would like begin it with I wouldn't have expected to see a lot of people from the churches here.
Yeah. And you
street.
don't. You see people who are dealing shiver. Some low levels, kind of basically thugs. They're dealing shiver. You can see that over the course of a couple hours. You don't see any of the cult deacons that you're looking for, and nobody really has any good information on nobody's really willing to volunteer whether they've seen them or not. You also know that a lot of people in this area are they're getting to be about as bad as the people were in Nightmare Alley, which was I don't know, maybe about a week ago. Let's see here. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with my calendar. Yeah, probably about a week ago, by the time all this started. And it seems to be a fairly new phenomenon. The people are just starting to get hip to the fact that shiver might be a solution. This degraded, low quality, diluted shiver that they're peddling on the streets for small amounts. You see several shiver dealers. That's about as close as you come to what you're looking for.
No, I mean, if this doesn't work, we could probably stake out the church and follow people coming in and out. All right. Well, let's keep looking around. I mean, if we just wander about,
Yeah, absolutely. You wander
I mean,
around.
they're obvious, right? I mean, we see them. It's like, hey, you're one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Okay.
You don't see them tonight. Nobody coughs up any information on them. It's the same. You've encountered this kind of stonewall before. Maybe people just genuinely don't know. They genuinely don't know what they're looking for. Genuinely haven't made any connections.
Well, we were told they'd be here, but if we know the church is their gathering place, they got to come and go out of that. In which case, we should be able to trail somebody, right?
Yeah. Keeping in mind that they probably don't use conventional routes. If they're delivering Shiver to the shoals via a secret tunnel and 2 old walls.
Okay, so that's why we're here. Then let's do our best to wander about.
Okay.
There is also the idea of if they are so we know that they're supplying to the dealers, like using them as basically conduits, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We could try like finding asking around who the best dealers are, like who has the best quality, and try to basically stake them out, because they're likely going to have to receive shipments eventually.
Yeah. That's a fair assumption. Rackernash, I don't know if you remember back when this all started, Rackernash was on top of looking into this. And he staked out the night market. Him, Joe, and another guy by the name of Diota the Poacher. Another one of his underlings. Joe is dead. Diota the Poacher is missing. And Rackernash couldn't make any headway. And he sticked it out for, I think, 4 days.
Before we get too separated, Asami wants to subtly cast a message on the group.
Sure.
So that we can communicate a little bit, even at a little bit of a distance.
Yeah, have a couple of messages going around.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, I can hit 7, so everyone gets it except for the kitty.
That's how you can really talk to the cat anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Cat doesn't want to hear.
And failing that, I'm sure Velkeen could do that for you.
I'm sorry, I had something going. What was that?
Asami casts a message on you. You hear our voices in your head.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have to, for the purpose of the spell, you can just whisper, and anyone trying to hear what you're trying to say through the whisper needs a DC 25 perception to hear you.
Okay.
So it's basically we're on comm links. In a sense.
Yeah, we're on
So
Fantasy comms.
Yeah, so
It's
when you
not
talk,
quite telepathy, but it's close to it.
when you talk, you have to put your left wrist up to your mouth, and when you listen, you have to put your right finger in your right ear.
Yeah. There's a chance they'll hear if they roll high on perception.
It doesn't work. Wrong ear, dude.
And it has a range, so it's
Not my
not
ear, not
forever.
my ear.
Yeah, but basically it's comms, and you guys can make good use of that. Split up, go through all the night market. There's various shops, they sell everything from lucky rabbit's feet and charms and trinkets to low-level weapon shops and spirit shops. They have places where they'll actually sell drugs openly at night. They have places where they'll sell poisons openly at night, which is unusual. And you notice there's no law around here.
Well, the poisons are for like rats and stuff. Of course,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, of course. They're for vermin.
For vermin.
They don't specify what kind of vermin. They just say vermin.
For spiders.
Four-legged and the
such.
two-legged.
As far as the landmarks go, I'm going to... I wish I could move just a whole bunch. What I can do is... What if I was to do that? There we go. Look at that. As far as landmarks go, where I moved you to on the night market map, there is a well here in this area. It's kind of like the night market square. All around are just various little kiosks, but almost like stalls, I guess. Where people have set up shop here. And then there's another little, you know that there's another well to the northwest, but you have to get there via a different tangled mess of alleyways. It's not connected. This is the area where you see most of the shiver dealer out in the open activity.
Okay, but no priest of Gok or whatever there.
Yeah, you don't see any of the any priests of the Balglothar in this. It is fairly crowded too. You'd think
Which
for
of the dealers?
a place
Which
for.
of the dealers to continue?
I was going to say you would think for a place being this dangerous that it might be fairly sparsely traversed, but there's a fair amount of people in here. And you see a lot of weapons around. It's a fairly rough crowd. What were you going to ask, Arthur?
Which of the dealers seem to be the most successful, in a sense? Who gets crowded around the most?
We'll say there's like one guy specifically that let's do perception checks to see if you guys beat the DC of 25. See if you notice that. And I'll roll for Luna too, even though she can't beat the DC. Asami was close.
Oh my god.
Velkeen.
I technically can if I get lucky.
Look at that.
Lucky I did not get.
Oh, I thought you rolled an 18 there.
I would need a 19 anyway. Only got a +6.
So you see three that seem about equal. Coming and going. And there's a little pub probably right around in here. Where's my pinger? Oh, that's clear targets.
Be right back. I need the restroom.
Sure thing. Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's a little
Right
pub.
here.
Yeah, there's a little pub there, and two of them seem to operate out of there.
Bunch of doors here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of doors. It's like a maze almost.
No, I'm saying like the map wise, yeah.
In this little area where you're in, that's technically the night market. Each of those 5-foot squares along the wall is taken up by like a stall. So if you had something that you wanted to purchase that was illegal, you could definitely get it here. What time of day do you want? Like, this is nighttime, right?
Yeah,
How late do you want this to be?
11:15.
All right, 11:15 it is. Yeah, so I'd say you've staked the place out for a few hours now. And you've thwarted a couple pickpocket attempts and, tell people to fuck off. And a couple drunk people have come up and a couple people have... little worse for the wear. One woman, she's looked like she was having a real bad night, and she reached up with a shaky hand and touched Asami's hair, and she called you Babbs. You don't know what that was about. She was just touching your hair and she was crying, saying, "Not tonight. Not again tonight, Babbs. You can't take it." And she's probably in her mid-20s, this woman. Might have been a prostitute at one point.
And I use diplomacy to tell her you want to go home and rethink your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She's probably not selling death sticks, but she definitely needs to go home and rethink her life. Yeah. Maybe slip a couple iron ticks in her hand and walk her to the edge of the night market and, yeah, send her on her way. There's another soul saved. Or maybe point her out to Avis's church.
Yeah, it's a good place to go to this address. It's good for you.
Yeah, she has a good history with helping people who are troubled like this.
Is Avis with us?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
and
she's on the map. You may want to delete that.
Yeah,
Gone.
just like that. Like Kaiser Soze.
There, but not there. Yeah.
Don't rat on your pops. So yeah, there's been some incidents, and you've seen some things. You know who you could approach to perhaps get further information. You haven't hit the jackpot yet, and it's getting late.
Yeah, so we've identified 3 dealers who could be useful, as well as you mentioned a pub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here.
Asami can go talk to him, but Asami doesn't use drugs, so she would stand out like a sore thumb. What would y'all encourage her to say?
Should we carouse the pub for a little bit?
I think so.
Okay, it's just a small 2-story public house. Basically, it's a little 15 or 20 foot room, 15, 20 by 20. Got a second story. There's it's just people basically just standing around drinking. There isn't any entertainment. It's pretty bare bones. It doesn't seem to be any general theme to it. There isn't really even a sign to designate it as this is the name of the place.
Any chance of befriending people? And
yeah, we'll make some diplomacy checks.
Diplomacy. Actually,
or
who's the one that has the plus 15?
Or anybody else who wants, or anybody else who wants to try other skills to.
Feeling good, eating alive. If I try gambling with these people. Yeah, my diplomacy's fine, but who was the one who had the bazillion plus?
Yeah, it was Asami.
Yeah, that was the bard.
Yeah, you got a couple people are hanging around and drinking with you. People generally seem to like Zed, and they really like Bukai, if they're men. And probably a couple women really like Bukai as well.
Well, we got a bard. Kai can dance if you want to play things, and we'll just start working the crowd.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay.
Let me see what we can do here. I think.
Do you have an instrument, or is it just all comedy?
I can't remember. I need to make sure.
He's going to be like that guy in Police Squad, 30 feet behind.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I'm sure we can. She'll pull out her flute, and oh no, I have a mandolin as well. But we'll do the flute.
All right. Bakai's dancing isn't great today.
But her playing is somewhat decent.
Yeah, playing is excellent. You get some free drinks, much as you want to drink. You don't really make any.
Oh God! Don't tell Bakai that.
Yeah, you don't really make any connections. I mean, you can subtly try to ask this and that, and people either aren't picking up what you're putting down, or they're generally not telling you specifically what you want to know. But you've made enough connections in the bar that if you came back the next night, people would remember you, probably buy you drinks again.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to make this a multi-day activity to try and get in with the locals.
Okay. Do you want to just stick it out for as long as it takes?
Let's give it a few days, then we'll think of something.
Okay. Instead of going through this over and over and over again, I'll throw a couple of rumors at you, things that you've learned. You know that the quote, a nightmare plague has become more prevalent in this specific area, where it seemed to be more problematic within a fortnight of the neighborhood to the south, in the southeast. So you got more and more people are from the area of the Marsh District where Nightmare Alley was. People are trying to escape it by coming in here to the night market, and there's like a little we have a homeless problem here in my city. So whenever they try to shift from one spot to another, the people who get transplanted or get incurred upon by the new people that come in, there's some bad blood. So get a vibe like that's going on generally in this area. The people are, if they're able to, they're abandoning the neighborhood with the gallow fields in it. But there's a lot of pushback from the people in this neighborhood. But these people are now suffering from the same problem. So they're turning more and more to the use of Shiver, like even over like 2 or 3 days. Let's get Asami to roll a diplomacy at +2. And the DC is 30. That's what we're looking to beat.
Yeah. This is for gathering information.
This is for This is for hitting the jackpot for what you're looking for. I just want to see how many days this is going to take roughly.
Need a 13.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the next night, say maybe a person on Shiver, they were like down in the corner and they were scratching their arms and brushing invisible spiders off them. And they were crying. Maybe Asami and a couple people went up and calmed them down. And after a little bit, you described what you thought was what one of these deacons would look like. And in your mind, you give me the description of what you think the people you're looking for. What do you think they would look like?
Someone named the type of weapon they would carry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spider leg sickle.
What do you think a spider leg sickle would look like in your mind?
I'm imagining basically a like a war sickle, like a big like an oversized sickle meant for actually fighting with. That has like these like strange bends to them, like these like jagged bends to them to sort of like mimic like the to sort of mimic the spider's leg.
Okay.
It still ultimately forms that sickle shape.
Okay.
That's what I'm picturing.
Like Avis has a sword that kind of it's a Kopesh.
Yeah, like kind of like a Kopesh, but a sickle.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. And anybody have any other thoughts on what they?
painted like a red widow spider, like black with red diamond somewhere or something.
Okay. In your mind, Asami, you have any
Not
picture?
more than what's already been said. I would think. I mean, I haven't looked anything up, but if you're a cult worshiping spiders, spiders are a matriarchal creatures. So one would think that it would be female led, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Like kind of like Loth in the
My
Drow.
thoughts exactly.
Yeah, yeah, the drow.
So that's what I think that would be something that would seem reasonable for Sami to think. I don't know if there's any evidence to support that, but that would make sense without any other evidence contradicting that.
Okay, so let's say during the conversation, Arthur mentioned the spider leg sickle and how he kind of described it, and Zed piped in with the painting of the like the widow spider and stuff like that, and this middle-aged man, he's probably in his mid-40s, maybe even early 50s. He looks pretty hard up. But like he's fairly new to the streets, within the last month or two. He definitely overindulging in shiver. And when you describe, we get him calmed down and talking from whatever he's seeing, whatever he's going through. Maybe get him settled down a little bit. Maybe even some physical healing of any sort. Maybe Avis is with you. He takes your description and he says, no, the sickle isn't just carved to look like spider legs. No, I've seen that. Yes, I've seen them. Dark robed men and women, the hood pulled up over their head. They come to that well in the night market. Every so often, I think they're poisoning the well with this drug. It's got us all addicted to it. Now we can't sleep, and now we're seeing things. But the sickle, it's actually I used to work with metal. I was not an armorer or a weaponsmith or anything like that, but in my trade we would. There was rivets in each of the segments of the sickle that allow it to bend and give it motion. I've actually seen one being used once, and it gave them considerable reach. It would actually straighten out like a blade of a sword, snap back into shape like a sickle. I don't know if they had some sort of button that controlled a mechanism that allowed them to release the different segments. But yes, I've seen those.
Where?
Right here. He says they come to this well.
Well, let's stake out the well.
Stake out the well. Okay, so it's not this night, but it is the next night. It is. Feel free to move your. Where do you want to be during the stakeout? And keep in mind too, if you want to be on top of buildings, there's ways to get upstairs.
On top of the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
How tall is the building?
There's
building would be useful.
anywhere from 20 to 40 feet. There's even some that are just 10. Yeah.
Can we put a big pile of hay down somewhere so if we have to leap off, we're not going to break our knee?
Yeah. There's time to do that for sure.
All right.
Don't forget too. There's also stalls where people have like like a cloth canopy there's dots all around too. So, like if you leapt down and went through like a cloth canopy, it would probably break your fall.
Midnight will
What's
find
one of these-
a nice shadowy area just to chill out until she's needed.
Sure.
What's in one of these buildings that's right next to it, like this one? Is this something we could bribe the people to let us kind of
Yeah, sure. There's
hang out?
there's shops and boarding houses and all kinds of stuff.
So
I'm
where
thinking
is
we take on one.
There's even flop houses and stuff like that where there's,
I mean, if we could take on the whole, if there's one of these buildings we could take on and just peek out the door,
yeah, for sure.
then we've got like this one. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, let's
but,
say for enough money you could do that for sure. What do you think that's worth for you for the day or the evening?
guessing they're pretty poor. So where's my inventory? The silver Smirnock.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Cleared out for the night. It's all yours.
Perfect. And we'll hide inside. Anybody that wants to hide in here is welcome to. If you want to go elsewhere, feel free.
There's also rooftop
Yeah. Or the rooftop.
accesses in that building as well, Arthur, if you wanted. Or I don't know if you wanted to. I'll leave everything up to you guys. How you want to set up things.
where's the rooftop?
There's rooftops all around, but you have specific access to this one here.
Yeah, we just can't physically get on them on the map.
It's just the way the map works. So if you want to be on top of the roof, just kind of put yourself half in, half out, or tell me which one, and I'll go half in, half out.
Yeah, I'll get atop this roof.
I'll go with him.
Okay. Yeah, just like that. It's fine. So
wherever
you
he
can
is.
still see the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can't seem to get up there.
Yeah, half in, half out. If you want to, just put yourself inside the building. If you want to be on the roof,
Yeah.
but not on the edge. Or if you want to be on the roof, just put yourself kind of half on, half off. Yeah, like that.
The easiest way is just clap on, clap off.
The clapper. My granddad had one of those. It was fabulous.
My grandma had one. She loved hers.
You know what?
The TV would set it off.
Commercial would set it off.
So I have a funky lighting situation down in the basement. So I'd have to, at the end of every night, I have to walk all the way across the room to turn the lights out. I might get the clapper myself.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's put Luna. I'm going to put Luna down here. Where does Midnight want to be?
She's in a shadowy alcove behind a stall.
Okay. Under some old newspapers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Around midnight on the third day. Let's see here. I'll make them all visible.
Yeah, upon spotting them, I'm going to go ahead and find a nice quietish spot to cast a funny little spell upon myself.
Yeah, feel free to cast any spells you want to have cast.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna sort of my face sort of turned away from the camera, so to speak, as I'm going to utter a new incantation, place it upon myself, as I'm then going to put on the mask afterwards. As I have freshly learned this new spell.
Okay.
It's gonna be very fun.
All right, so we have. While the night market is an important area of commerce in Old Lankhmar, the area is lousy with ne'er-do-wells and opportunistic pickpockets who take advantage of the Marsh District citizens and indulge in illegal substances. The night market fountain, that's what the well is called, is a bit of misnomer. In reality, the fountain is one of several wells in the area. And at some point, just after midnight on the third day, let's get some perception checks, please. All right, so Asami and Velkeen see what can only be described as one of these cult deacons that you're looking for. Let's see if they have a... No image. Okay. So, actually, kind of like dark mist gray robe. Hood pulled up. Seems to be making a beeline for the fountain itself. And at which point, you've got message up and you can alert everybody.
Okay. I'm alerting everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, that is when I would cast my spells.
All right.
Cast what I need.
So he doesn't just walk right up and commence to doing whatever it is he is doing. He stands there for a moment and looks around. And
As soon as he comes up, we recognize him. Let's go approach the guy. Catch him with the stuff in his pockets.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like standing, like I'm gonna be standing like over top the the rooftop, like looking down on him.
Okay.
If he like wants to see me, he can. I'm not making any obvious attempts to hide.
Okay.
The guy's going to
Yeah,
step out.
I have my like hair mask on.
Okay.
The guy's going to come out and go, "What you doing?" as innocently as she can.
What you doing?
Get lost.
I don't think so. You look like you need some company tonight.
Fuck off.
Not very polite, are you? Let me have what's in your hand.
All right, let's get initiatives.
It's gonna immediately slug her. Punch, woman.
Okay. He's already got
He's the only one we see.
26,
Oh, I see
26,
somebody.
yeah, 26 and 21. You can see one of the shiver dealers is making his way down towards the area, the night market. And Asami, you're on the roof? Or
Yeah.
okay, so you see the door opens up beneath you to one of the other little kind of hidey holes, and a man kind of pops his head out. So let's go here, round one. And
Are you from San Diego?
they are. That's what the SD stands for, San Diegans.
Yeah. Oh, they are Padres. I get it. They're deep Padres. Gotcha.
He makes his way out to here, and he hears the deacon tell Bakai to fuck off rather loudly, and let's see, Velkeen and Asami, and I guess even Arthur can see him go for a blade. Bakai.
What does it take to hit somebody non-lethal?
I think a -2 or -4.
I think a unarmed attack is non-lethal unless you have.
No. I want to do
To use a
non-lethal.
for a lethal weapon to deal non-lethal damage. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
-4 attack penalty.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's -4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a non-lethal weapon trying to deal lethal damage is also a -4.
All right. Well, it's a shame then. That's too much of a minus. She spins around so that you can see the sword on her back, and as she comes back around, the sword's in her hand. and slams into him.
Oh,
Uh,
the deacon is struck. Okay.
uh, she says, "Rephrase your comment, please."
Oh, man! Arthur. You heard him just call for his men.
Just by looking at him, does he look like he'd be susceptible to scare the spell?
I don't know if you've seen him do anything that would tell you one way or the other.
Yeah.
What's
just
the
judged by
level?
How he took the 6 hit dice or less than 6 hit dice.
Let's see here. Make
'Cause
a
he was
heal check. Do you have heal as a skill?
no.
Okay. What's the knowledge skill for just a regular human? I think it's knowledge nature, right?
I don't have that either.
I don't think that is a basic.
Unless he does something either arcane or divine, like spellcasty, kind of wizardly. He's still alive. I mean, you've seen blow like what Bakai just did, take a man's head off, and he was quick enough to kind of get back out of the way, and you could tell that it cut through his robes, and he was wearing some sort of like leather armor.
All right. Well, in that case,
So it's up to you. I don't know whether you're...
yeah, I'm going to, regardless of whether it works on him, he is within good reach of the other shiver dealer, so I'm willing to try it. As I'm going to go ahead and
I'll give you more information about the shiver deals because you've not... you've seen guys like this for the last several days now. And you probably get them as maybe between 2nd and 5th level rogues.
all right. Well, in that
Probably
well,
not.
definitely in that case.
Probably not much different than the thugs who were working security at the Shoals.
Well, in such a case, I am going to look at the both of them, and I'm going to. A funny thing about my little spell is that the spell I cast, if any of you are reading it, is a fun one called. Let me actually look at the name real quick. It's called Bloody Tears and Jagged Smile. Without going into too much detail, Arthur looking down at this, like you see him like build up a smile as his the like edges of it are a little too long than they should be, as his mouth is full of this a combination of this like sharp like razorous teeth, but in the center there are the like almost it's almost like it would be kind of humorous to see it, like the larger, like almost buck teeth in the front, kind of like fulfilling like the mask that he's wearing, but they're surrounded by those like harsh teeth, like like it had a specific name, but like the Monty Python rabbit, very similar to that. If it because I believe you did get to see its teeth.
Yep. There was also like an old movie, like an old silent movie called The Man Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Joker based off that guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I will drop a scare on both that shiver dealer and the deacon. Probably won't affect the deacon, but it'll definitely affect that dealer, because this spell, on top of a few other things, makes my fear spells a lot stronger.
Okay.
As they both fail, the deacon may or may not be affected.
What level?
What do you mean, what level?
What level does he top out at?
A max of 5 hit dice, so less than 6.
Oh, okay. So it gets him.
Oh well, in that case, they both fail, as they are both frightened for 8 rounds.
Oh.
Yeah, that smile continues to build and build as like across the from like the small like pinholes of the mask, like where my eyes are, like small trickles of blood start to go down and stain it.
That's a
I
creepy.
would recommend pissing yourselves and running away.
That's a creepy visual.
We want one of them.
As that is my turn.
What class are you?
I am a sorcerer.
Ah, okay.
Listen to
Di-
him.
di-
Luna's
I
fighter.
am a,
I mean,
I am a sorcerer dipping into some 3.5 stuff with permission.
Yeah, we're kind of go off the map a little bit in this one to tailor it towards my vision of Lankhmar.
Yeah.
Luna keeps saying that she's a wizard, but she uses a 12-foot long executioner's axe. So
Yeah, it's a spear, a long spear, an elf spear.
Bakai, now that they're quaking in their boots, I'd recommend putting them down. But don't kill them.
we want it. Okay, all right.
Put
I need
them
to
on
get
their knees.
Sivakai, and I'm going to give. I got a new feat this level called combat advice. So it gives her a +2, which will allow next turn for her to make it easier to do non-lethal.
Okay.
So let me turn it on. Okay, I turned it on. So that's my action, is to give her combat advice. Go for the shins.
All right, so the cult deacon doesn't have any choice but to try to flee, correct?
It has the frightened condition. In the sidebar, you can see the effects of frightened.
Okay.
They are shaken, and in addition, they must flee from the source of their fear as quickly as they can. They can choose the paths. Other than a stipulation, once they are out of sight or hearing of the source, they can act as they want.
Okay. So
If they are unable to flee, they can attempt to fight.
Shiver Dealer can flee.
And I am the source. And I am the source of their fear.
Is there a radius on that? Like, there might be others around that might get that same effect.
There's no radius. It's just they have to flee until they can no longer see or hear me.
When you do the spell, how many people does it affect?
It affects a number of creatures. They must all be within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
I can affect 2 of them at this level.
Okay.
And since these 2 were very close to each other, I affected them. I don't think I could affect that last guy down there. Oh, I can only target 2 guys anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So let's see. That makes it easy. This guy is 15,
Yeah.
20,
He can move any
25,
direction he
30,
wants, just
35, 40,
as long as away from me.
50, 55, 60. All right. And he goes north of the night market. The deacon tries to flee the same way.
All right, can I try a non-lethal on this one?
Yeah, for sure. The deacon came in this way, but he's going to try to flee this way. So you get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, she's going to try her best. Where is it? Oh, great sword. Here we go. Oop.
That's a hit.
Okay. So this is non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal, okay. Okay, so 12. I'll take 12 off of that. Put it back to 13. And then subdual damage, I think, is... Okay. And then I think, unless... you guys have a way to stop him, he's able to run away, right?
Yeah.
A run, but he's also bleeding heavily, so we can chase after him.
25, 30, 35, 40. So let's see here. I'm going to get perception checks from Velkeen and Bakai and Zed.
Okay.
They're going to have the best view of once he gets into the alley.
Nope.
Okay, Velkeen saw him go right.
And I inform the others.
Okay. Velkeen, you are up. Literally up on the roof. And it is your
All
turn.
right, so I'm assuming we're giving chase to these guys?
Yeah, we need to capture.
Yeah. I don't have any non-lethal ways of stopping them, I don't think.
There is a shiver dealer down to the south over here that I can spot. Just barely peeking out of this place here.
We only need one.
Yeah,
Okay,
this guy here was coming out.
Well, I got to get down to the ground anyways.
Yeah, this guy... I think that guy was actually in a building.
Okay.
There's a door open.
Well, does it take my full turn for me to get to the ground?
No. So you're only up like 20 feet. You can... I think if you want to take a little bit of damage, you can just jump down and it's just a move action. Then you have another move action. Or you could jump down, do an acrobatics check. I think you have to be the DC of 15 to shorten the fall by 10 feet.
Okay.
And then
We put straw down.
So I just roll a what?
yeah, let's roll an acrobatics check.
20-sided?
Yes, it's on your skills.
Oh, it is?
Yep. On your skills tab. You should see should be the very first one. Okay. So let's see here. +5. Okay, so you kind of crash through the awning of the little stall that's there, and you take a D6 of lethal damage. You get kind of caught up in it, and I'll let you take another half movement if you want, or do another action, or if you want to cast a spell or something like that. But if you want to move, it's going to cost you half of your movement.
Let's see. What do you think, guys? Should I just wait for the next move or give chase?
Oh,
Do you have
we got
any other
Use your
actions?
actions.
Do you have any other
Don't-
actions you
don't
want to
waste
use
your
now?
actions.
Like cast any spells or make
Well, I
any
can't heal
attacks?
myself, can I?
Yeah, you
Can I
can.
heal myself?
Do,
I can?
do you-
Okay.
do you have your
Do you have
spells
healing
picked
spells?
out? You might have spells picked out.
I have heal.
Let's see. You have you have cure light wounds. You can cure your wound.
All right, where's Cure Light Wounds at?
So in the actions tab.
Yeah, your spell list should be in your actions tab.
Yep. You should see cure light wounds.
Damn it. I just saw it. Where'd it go?
There's
Cure Light Wounds.
three different
Okay.
modes. There's standard, preparation, and combat. Combat would make the most sense to have it in, but
Okay.
I would usually leave it in standard because it's easier to see. So what
Okay,
you want to do,
standard.
you see cure light wounds, then you
Yeah.
see the little wheel over there, a little to the far right.
Yeah.
Click on that wheel, and it should tell you exactly what it does. So you're going to want to target yourself.
By doing what?
Let's see here. Click on yourself, and then control click on yourself. There we go. And then control click on yourself.
Just did.
There you go. See how it says in the combat tracker, it says targets Velkeen Silverleaf? Now you're good. So if you
Okay.
if you hit I'm not 100% sure if hit the cast button will heal you specifically, but try it.
It will. I think.
Oh,
I think you
okay.
attempted to damage yourself with the targeting undead version of it.
That's okay. Just click on the green plus heal, and it'll automatically heal you.
Green plus heal. Where's that
So
at?
so if you open up the little wheel, you'll see cast, and then you'll see damage underneath, and then
Okay.
heal. So if you click on heal, the little green button, that'll give you your hit points back. So cure light wounds. You got to click the little wheel to open it up, Open the
Yep.
spell effects up. Then you'll see
I see
cast.
dim touch.
Okay, so go below that. Below that,
Okay.
you should see damage. And that's the damage that you do to an undead creature with positive energy.
Uh-huh.
And then below that, it should say heal, 1d8 plus 4. There's a little green button. And if you click the green button, you should be healed.
Okay, I don't see heal. I only see attack, cast level check, save, and on save. I don't see heal.
You don't see something like this? Hold on. You don't see something like that?
Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at Discord. Yeah, I see that on the other one. Let's see. Okay, hold on.
Just roll the d8 plus 4 and then
Yeah.
modify your hit point. There,
Yeah,
we'll
we can
fix
do
it
that.
later. Up there.
There we go. You
that
got it. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And you see on the combat tracker, it automatically takes care of your wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it automatically expended your slot as well.
I think
Or
so
your
too.
preparation rather, because you're a
Yeah, when you
ranger.
click. Yeah, when you click the cast.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So now you're down on the ground. Let's put you in a square. You're ready to roll.
Okay, and which one am I chasing after?
Well, the deacon got away. The shiver dealer got away clean.
The bleeding guy. Get the bleeding guy.
Which
Oh, he's
one
not.
was that?
Oh, he did not get away. I assure you. I can outrun him. I got new spells.
Just follow the blood on the ground. I'm sure your cat can sniff and follow it.
All right. Yeah. Whichever way that is.
You know, we'll track him down.
And I'm chasing.
All right. Shiver dealer number 2. Sees Velkeen jump off the roof. He's not sure what his deal is, but he goes right up to Bakai.
She smiles. Curtsies.
Would you like to dance, Missy? And he flashes a blade.
Oh, yes.
It comes.
She spins, grabs his hand, spins around him, stands back where she is.
All right. Asami.
As a move action, we're going to speak inspiring words to inspire courage among allies.
Okay.
So let's see if I can do this. Target friendly units. And yeah. Fire courage. That's what I want. Take that. Alright, now that y'all feel better, and you notice that was done as a move action instead of standard.
Nice.
Now a move action left to do. There's just the one guy left now, right?
Well, you see a couple doors opening, and
There's a guy down to the bottom right.
there's a couple more shiver dealers kicking around.
Yeah, you guys can go deal with them. I can actually chase after the deacon.
Okay.
Especially since I'm the source of the fear, so he can't even attack me.
You gonna do any acrobatic jumping off roofs, Asami?
I
Or
was thinking about it. I was thumbing it through. Yeah, hold on. Sorry.
you already saw Velkeen turn an ankle and then have to heal himself.
Yeah.
The most ungraceful elf you ever saw.
Yeah. It looked good until the canopy that he launched himself down upon gave way, and he wound up ass into the stall.
I still only see one guy.
Yeah, you can hang drop down to the steps. That's fine, without having to.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be that close. I'll withdraw her melee weapon. What does she have? Short sword.
She's got a short sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it says here. Hey, she keeps it in the handy haversack, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. So it takes a move action to pull it out, so I'm done.
Okay. Cool.
probably did a little too much, but
No, that's fine.
at least you guys feel good. You're inspired when she's armed.
Yay.
Well, I guess she could draw it as she's moving. So
Yeah, exactly. All right, shiver dealer number 1. What happened? So he's kind of just trying to assess the situation. He heard the yell, and he's looking around for the deacon. He kind of came around a corner. Didn't see much going on. He sees another guy that he's kind of affiliated with trying to stab a woman who's trying to dance with him. And then a couple of other people that he's not sure who they are kind of gathering around.
Guy's using her two-handed sword like a pole to dance around.
So this guy here, he could actually see the deacon and see him run off this way. And he actually had a view of Bakai stabbing at him a couple times. And he comes out, and he goes to move towards Bakai. And you guys hear Luna say something. Something like, "Where are you going, you turkey?"
No, Luna says, "I'm a wizard."
Midnight.
Okay, does Bakai need help?
No, but Guy's fine.
Okay.
I don't see an initiative on Midnight. Are you?
Yeah,
running
let's.
that one.
What we'll do is we'll roll separately for Midnight too, and I'll throw him in the. Okay, so Midnight going close to first. Okay, you can still do your actions for Midnight. Then I'll jump down to Luna after this.
Okay. So which of the Trivia should I go after? The one directly across?
You have Pounce, so if you went directly across, you could still do all your. Like,
All right.
she
Yeah.
could fire
And
right
you'll
out,
have
or you could do a 5-foot step, and the one that Luna stopped in his track was that. Where are you going, you turkey?
I'll go
Yeah,
after
I
the
think-
one directly across from her with the pounce.
Okay.
So that guy's
That-
not going to survive this.
Yeah, that guy's fucked. So you get a full attack. All at. Let me put charge on you.
Leaves house, gets mauled by jaguar.
Yep. It's not a
It
good.
happens.
Hey, pimping ain't easy.
Sorry, trying to find Midnight Sheet here. A minute.
Okay, so let's see.
A lot of windows open.
Gotcha.
There we go. Okay.
All right, so you want to click on the attack for bite first.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so now you get to attack twice with 2 claws. And let's see, I think you hit twice.
Yeah. Do you get to rake even if you
Yeah.
aren't grabbing the guy?
You get to rake if you hit twice with your claws.
That means you get to just keep attacking.
I think. Yeah, roll 1 more damage. Let me just double check rake. All right, so let's see here. No, that's wrong rake. Universal monster rules rake.
Aren't rakes just extra attacks?
Yeah, they
Rake
are.
was-
I was
Yeah.
looking at animal companions for other campaign stuff.
A creature with this special
You
attack
can-
gains extra natural attacks under certain conditions, typically when it grapples the foe.
Grapples or 2 claw hits. is
Okay, a monster with the rake ability gains 2 free claws attacks. Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at tiger.
Yeah, well, there's jaguar. That's just an option.
Yeah, I modeled this one after the tiger. Great cat. Let's see here.
Yeah, since their bites have a grab on them, I think it's assumed that their rake comes from that.
A monster with the rake ability must begin its turn already grappling to use its rake. Can't grapple and rake in the same turn. Okay, so you get, I think, a free grab attack?
No, the grab happens on the bite, and the bite was missed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has the grab trait, which means as a free action, it can attempt to grab.
I think I'm getting rake mixed up with rend.
Yeah, you're thinking of rend.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty, well, you've done a significant amount of damage to this Shiver Dealer.
Okay.
And I think he's already gone, so it's Luna now. And Luna can see that there's blood in the water, so she steps back 5 feet and tries to thrust her spear into this gentleman. All right, doing a similar amount of damage as Midnight. Okay, round Shiver Dealer number 4 has escaped. I'll take him off the map. He's got far too far of a lead. He's not hurt. He knows where he's going. Bakai.
Kai dances around to 5 foot here and glances over to Zed. Does he need to survive? Zed gives a little shake of the head. Sorry, no, it doesn't.
He gives the thumb across the throat.
Oops.
Whoa.
Sorry. I
That's
guess
okay.
he still has the other one targeted.
Okay, so let's see
Which
here.
one is he?
The Cult Deacon, no, but it is the Shiver Dealer 2 is the critical threat. So Shiver Dealer 2 is the critical hit. So lucky.
Okay. How do I get rid of the other guy?
Let me do it for you.
There it is, clear target. There it is. Okay, I cleared it. All right, so I need to hold shift since I cleared target when I do the damage?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
This guy's getting obliterated. Oh, yeah. He immediately crumples to the ground.
And that's it for her.
All right, and Velkeen has pointed out the direction that the Deacon was heading, correct?
Yeah, he saw him turn right.
Mm-hmm. So basically, how do I ping? So basically, sort of like...
So you're on the roof, right?
I'm on the roof, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So basically to the right of me, like the north right of me, like northeast. Like ish.
That's left.
I'm saying from like map position, northeast from
Velkeen was
like
watching Velkeen was watching him go up the alley this way. And saw him turn right.
Turn right. Right in perspective to him, so down?
Yeah.
Okay, down. Okay, so that direction. I am going to go ahead and with another fun spell that I've learned. I am going to go ahead and cast Fly upon myself.
Oh.
As I now have a 60-foot fly speed.
Okay.
With which, hold on, did I actually apply to myself correctly? That didn't apply for some reason. Hold on. Do I need to click myself and then do it?
No, you don't have to do anything. It doesn't really do anything to you.
Well, it gives me like it does technically have an effect, but
yeah, it has an effect, but it's nothing that the game room would be able to interpret.
It's the fly skill. It would give me a bonus to, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Still, as for the next 6 minutes, I can fly, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rush my way down there because I have 60 foot.
Okay.
Hold on. I was up here.
Yep. Count your feet off.
I cannot move myself through all this stuff, so
Yeah.
I need you to sort of just move me like
For sure. So
to that
there's
distance as
start
I
out
turn
with
off.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Keep going in that same direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like if I
55.
see like I'm basically looking for that what's the word for it? That like that alley he went to, and I'm gonna start like basically like at like an a bird's eye view of that alley, so I can start like looking around it.
Okay. How high up are you going to go?
So I started at 20 feet up.
Yeah, you're 20 feet up.
Correct. I'm gonna say about how high are the buildings, like the other buildings around us?
Let's see here. That one there is 15, the one to your north. The one that you're on right now is 20. And the
Yeah,
ones to the south are also 20.
I'll maintain my 20 feet then. My 20 feet up then.
So you get to technically, you're over top of the roof. Maybe about 5 feet between you and the rooftop.
Yeah.
Right there. And up here, you can see all the rooftops. You can give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'll gaze over.
Unless you wanted to go a different way.
No, I'm gonna try to see where he's gone from here. Yeah.
Okay.
Because on my next turn, since that was only my movement, I could then action move to move 120. So I can't outrun him if I know where he is.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's gonna be frightened for several rounds. So as long as I find him between then,
Okay.
that's an natural one.
You can hear him breathing heavily, and you can hear footsteps in this direction. You see that?
I found you.
Oh, no. Okay, Zed.
Maybe next time they'll be more polite. I give a little advice. Keep one alive, but use your judgment. So I give her the combat advice again.
Okay.
I'll put that on. And it's for one action. Okay, that's it.
All right, so let's see here. Make sure that... Yeah, it did. Okay, so charge dropped off. Midnight is up. It's actually Midnight's turn.
Okay, so this guy's still alive?
The guy's still alive. He's probably at about half health.
Okay. Then I can do this.
You can do a full attack. Let's see here. Don't think that hits. Nope. That is the bite, and then you get 2 claws. Oh. Oh, okay, so just a regular... Let me... Okay, so just 2 regular hits. I'm pretty sure it's going to roll critical. No, it didn't. Good. So 8.
Another one?
Yeah, do another one. That sends him to dying. So he goes down on the ground. And Midnight can either savage him or let him bleed.
No, lets him bleed.
Okay. All right, so Cult Deacon. So when you're frightened, you have to flee. I get that.
Yeah.
Is that all? Is that all you can do, or can you like if you have...
If he has magic that lets him flee, then he'll use it. It's if he can see and hear me, he has to flee.
Okay.
If I'm out of his line of sight, he can act as he pleases. But once I'm in his sight, he has to start running away.
Okay, so he wants to get away. The best way for him to get away is to use magic.
What?
So he can hear you. And then he casts a spell.
Yeah, can I hear the verbal components?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You said I could hear him in there. You said I could
You can hear him fleeing down the alleyway, running. I'm going to let you do an Arcana check at -10.
That'd be spellcraft.
Spellcraft.
Spellcraft at -10. Okay, so subtract 10 from this. That's 17.
17. The DC is 15 plus the spell level. So yeah, he's casting invisibility. So he has gone invisible. But you know he's gone invisible.
Yeah. Which means he'll either have to, if he wants to not be heard by me, he's going to have to start moving slower.
Yeah, which he's probably not capable of. Under the effects that when he knows you're around. Like when you're threatening, I can hear you, I can see you, that kind of stuff. That's horrifying to him. Velkeen.
All right, so I'm not really sure.
The guy directly to your 6 is down on the ground, bleeding out badly from a sword blow.
Questioning. So
the guy who you were hoping to capture was the guy with the guy that was at the fountain itself. He had He had the spider leg sickle at his belt, and he had the robes and the hood pulled up over his head. These guys look like drug dealers.
all right, so we're just killing these guys.
I'm not sure.
Are we killing these guys?
On the
Is
comms.
that the message? Yeah.
Yeah, you have to put your wrist
They
to
don't
your
have
mouth.
sickles. Yeah, they don't have sickles. They're not on my list of.
All right, then I'll go for the death blow with this guy.
Yeah.
That's
You
to my
don't-
sec.
They don't have his. Oh, okay. He's helpless, so you could do a coup de grace as a full round action, or if you do basically more than 4 points of damage, he's dead.
Okay.
If you want to do a coup de grace, it's an automatic critical hit. You can even do it with the bow.
Oh.
So what it is,
Essentially slicing his throat or doing
Yeah.
yeah.
what it is, it's a full round action, meaning you can only like step 5 feet to get it lined up. It's a full round action on a
Not a
helpless.
coup de grace can only be done with a melee weapon.
Nope, you can do it with a bow too, bow or a crossbow.
Okay. Whatever's easier. Okay, if I can do it with melee, that's fine.
Oh, it's okay. You can do it with a bow. Bow will do more damage.
You can use a melee.
Alright.
Oh no, you can also use a bow.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So basically, what it is you're just lining up one big shot. It's the kill shot. He's helpless. He can't do anything. You're automatically rolling critical hit damage, and if the damage
It's like
isn't,
a fort state.
Yeah.
Equal to DC 10 plus the damage or die.
yeah,
Alright.
if the damage isn't enough to kill him outright.
Do I need to move one space over and then shoot?
No, he is right there.
All right, then.
So it's
I see no
automatic.
reason to coup de grace. I see it'd be better to just attack everybody else.
So what you do is either that or, like, if you would want to kill this guy outright, that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So what all you do is roll your critical damage. So I think if you just roll that 3 times.
Jeez.
I think
That
you're
was
just
3, right?
yeah, you're just damaging yourself.
You're attacking yourself.
That's okay.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
Stop
So-
hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
So you're at 0 already, so that makes it easy. So that was 31 points of damage on this guy. It kills him outright.
I doubt he has 31 con.
Okay.
He was already at -8, so it'd be 39 con. So he dies. So line up an arrow, boom, right through his head. You get a 5-foot step if you want to take one. Or yeah.
How many squares is 5 feet?
1 square.
Single square.
whenever you do a full attack action or a full round of anything, 5 feet's generally the distance that you can go.
Okay. I'm good.
All right. Asami.
So a 5-foot step around this. Is this guy down directly south of me engaged in melee with Luna?
Yeah, Luna just stabbed him with her spear.
They're a distance, so is that still a penalty?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Don't have precise shot, so...
Oh, no, you've got a clear shot. Because, yeah, Luna's in melee, but yeah, she's not tangled up with them or anything.
Well, I will say some weird words at that creature.
Okay.
And
that creature is just like a thug.
Yeah, well, he is going to be...
mid-level drug dealer.
Target of Snuffleupagus. That's the weird word for today.
All right.
It's weird. It's not supposed to make sense, so...
Oh, bird.
Yeah. Drug dealer 3's targeted properly. Range touch, no penalty. Boom. Does a 14 hit his touch DC?
Yes, a hit.
Hey. So take that sonic damage.
Ooh, that puts him into the dying.
Apparently he did not like that weird word.
No. You sure it wasn't Shuffleupagus?
Okay, it's 25. So I had to double check I was in range, and the range is good. So, all right, she's 5-foot step. She did a standard. She has a move left, but
if she already 5-foot step, then
yeah. Well, a move action can be something that's not movement. But
that's true.
I don't have any, so
okay.
We'll move on.
All right, bleeding out.
I helped.
Bleeding out. Luna. Luna's on the comms. Which way did he go, Arthur?
I'm going to point out his direction.
She's in an alleyway. She can't see you.
Basically, I'm going to describe the direction. I'm saying I'm pointing it out because I can see very little of the map, actually.
Yeah.
Where are you in relation to us? So, like, we would have observed you fly in a particular direction.
Okay. Right there.
Yeah, you would have seen me, like, assuming, like, if looking, like, I'm going by based on map. Like, if like, up higher than you was north, I would be, I'd basically be southeast. Southeastern direction.
Southeast, okay.
Yeah, assuming that up is north, just for the sake of this map.
Okay, Luna takes out her compass.
Yeah.
And she uses all her times in the Boy Scouts. Let's see here. Yeah. See which spells she normally takes. I know what you mean. I gotcha. Southeast. That's you heard him go to
He's invisible, but that won't save him.
Invisible. All right. I'll look for that. Let's see here. Well, then so am I. So be careful, Arthur. So Luna goes invisible, and she starts her chase. Okay. Bakai.
All right. Both of these guys are still alive?
Technically. One guy looks like he might live.
Okay. They're both down?
The guy that Midnight Savaged might live. The guy that Luna and Asami weird worded.
I mean, you don't have to kill all. You don't have to kill all of them right now.
Can't have any witnesses, Arthur.
I mean, you can kill them later, obviously.
All right, she's gonna wait for that turn and then go.
Okay.
So let's just change her to 22.
All right. Done and done.
Okay, so then Arthur.
Arthur.
Excellent. In that case, going invisible is not going to save you. You would be better off surrendering. Then you might live. I'm going to just use my stride to head towards the direction that I heard him from.
Okay, so you heard him.
Yeah, my 60 feet of flying over there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you see an alleyway now.
Actually, I can see his token.
Oh, you can see his
Am I not
token.
supposed to? I'm
All
not
right.
supposed to see that. I
Not
imagine.
supposed to see that now. There we go. How's that?
I don't know.
You
So
see
yeah,
him?
he's gone now.
Okay. I thought putting the invisible effect would do that, but no. Okay. Make a perception check.
All right.
See if you can pinpoint him.
Yeah. He doesn't get any
20,
bonuses because he's not
40,
actively
40, 45.
doesn't have
No.
the time to hide. Not great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it worth?
So he gets a bonus for being invisible, but he gets a penalty for moving at full speed. What I'll do is he does have a stealth skill.
Did he roll worse somehow?
We have a tie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
I'm gonna say that you pinpoint him. He is he's just at the mouth of the alley where you saw his token. You maybe see some trash moving on the ground. Maybe see some blood against the wall. Just at that instant.
I'm imagining it like I look down. I see like little drops of blood like spontaneously appearing on the ground.
Yeah, and you can see
standing.
like bits of trash getting displaced. You can hear maybe heavy breathing.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually what directions is this? Is this like a one-way?
So you've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 feet at that point. You've got another 15 feet of movement if you want to do that.
So he's roughly around like this corner here. Are there any like other like bends to this place, or would he if I like got in front of him, would he have to just turn around and go where he was going originally?
Let me see here. I think it goes left and right.
I only see left, my own end.
Oh, it's a set of stairs that leads up to like an actual building, like a nice building, I think. Or no, that's a roof. Okay. So yeah, it only goes left or to his right.
All right.
This alleyway only goes to his right.
In that case, I will try to angle myself like going down left a little bit so he can't like continue going down this path, this downward path.
Okay. So
I'm not gonna be quite on the ground, but I am gonna be like
over
roughly floating above there, yeah. Like very visible.
Still 20 feet up. That would be about your 60 feet movement.
Yeah, I am going to go ahead and, since I've relearned the spell, because I'm casting all the new spells that I've learned this session.
Nice.
Since I've relearned this, because I need to deal with creatures who are immune to mind effect, I'm going to, on this little corner here, like on the steps. Matter of fact, on those steps.
Okay.
Because I see them, correct? I'm going to cast, I'm going to recast a spell that I haven't cast since like the first or second session, as this bubble of slippery grease forms on that place as I'm casting good old grease.
All right. Nice.
You gotta deal with creatures that are immune to mind effects somehow. Hold on. It's a 10-foot cube.
10-foot cube. Here we go.
How do I
like
make
that?
One
down.
Where are the stairs? Like, are they like one down lower?
That's the alleyway and the stairs right there. I can do.
Okay, looking back at the alleyway we came from,
right there.
Are there any bends to the alleyway where we came from? I want to funnel him basically.
Like up there.
I'm basically asking you, like, what directions does he have after I lock that place down?
Like further down here, You see it bends left or right.
Yeah, well, he can't do that. He has to flee away from me.
Yeah.
I'm blocking that spot.
Yeah, so going back up, you'd have a decent memory of... you see several different ways.
Yeah, I'll... If that's like the edge of the alley as well as like I imagine like the base of the stairs, so he'll still have to cross it if he wants to get on the stairs.
Yeah.
All right, I'll place it there. Yeah, that's still a good
there
spot.
or up one. Up one because he can't go near you.
He might be. Yeah, let's go there.
You've pretty much got him tied off. He can't go the way he was going with you when you got in front of him because of the spell.
Yeah.
He can see you.
Yeah.
So he has to go back the other way. Yeah.
Yeah. He sees me actively descending down.
Okay.
Like sort of like floating downward towards him as I place that grease trap there.
Let's.
Is he within those squares?
Oh yeah. Let's drop the spell on him. See if he falls.
Yeah, it's a very... My save DC for grease is very low compared to my fears and my illusions, but it's still there. It's there to have.
This guy's like a 4th or 5th level character.
A reflex save.
Okay. Reflex is pretty good. You want to either drop it on or you want me to do it?
He is not visible to me.
Oh, okay. So there we go. We got a 24.
Yeah, that succeeds by a landslide. So yeah, he's
still on his feet.
But
okay.
He keeps his footing, but he knows he's surrounded in grease.
Okay. He might even have that spell himself. Nope.
Your options are quite limited. You should get on your knees and surrender. We might let you live. And that'll be my turn.
You haven't caught me yet. Zed.
I suppose we'll have to break you then.
I run out and
I'm going to message inform him. I have him turning back around. You'll bump into him sooner or later.
all right, well, okay.
When you spot the grease trap, you'll know he's there.
So I got the message ahead of time?
Yeah,
you got
Actually,
it just at this instant.
Ending my turn, I send that. Yeah.
I'm gonna. All right. Shoot. All right. Well, if I know that, I'll come over to this guy. Wait. 5, 10, 5, 10. Come over to this guy and tap a infernal heal on him, which will give him a point. So he doesn't die in case we need him.
You can do a do you have heal, a 1 point in heal or anything like that?
I do.
Okay, you can tell that he's stable already.
Okay. Then, well, in that case, I'll do what I was.
Well, there is one detail about my spell. What's it called? Bloody Tears and Jagged Smiles. It also puts the effects of is it Death Watch? Death Watch on me, so I actually can see when people are dying.
Okay.
Whether they're alive or not.
Does it tell you like you can tell whether they're half hit points, full hit points, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's the spell Death Watch. Let me go ahead and find it. It's a spell I wasn't thinking about, but it is included in Bloody Tears and Jagged Smiles.
Let's have a look here.
What it says is...
Let's have a look here.
Yeah, here we go. Hold on.
Conditions of creatures near death. You instantly know that the creature is dead, fragile, fighting off death, healthy, undead.
Yeah. It's not let me see him when he's invisible, but it is useful in the future.
He's probably about half wounded.
Yeah, I mean I can't see him, so it doesn't work. It doesn't let me see him, but
you can sense.
It lets me know when people are dying or whether they're undead specifically as well.
You can sense that he's fairly hurt. Hurt enough to be scared without your spell, but then you put your spell on top of it, and you can taste his fear.
Right.
What would you like to do, Zed?
Well, I didn't know it, so I went to check him. That was my action. She went running down. And do you get triple movement or double movement?
Double movement, unless it's in a straight line.
Okay,
like a sprint.
And she's double moved the way that he understands he ran.
Okay, make a perception check.
Run down that. An alley.
She has no perception. She's distracted easily. Ooh, cat. Oh, look, a rat.
Okay.
Right.
Midnight.
It's
Okay, so what is left?
Everybody seems to be darting off chasing something. You've got
I
one
was
guy.
giving the message. I was giving that to everybody.
Yeah,
Like my message.
yeah. Arthur's still chasing the cult deacon.
Yeah, flying over towards them.
Bakai and Luna have just dispersed. You see the cult deacon near the next to you. He's unconscious next to Midnight.
Okay.
And Zed came over to make sure that he lived.
Oh, okay. So no death blow. Okay.
we just need to keep one, I say.
Okay. So this the dealer to my southwest.
Yeah, the 5 foot away kitty corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kill him.
All right.
You're taking too much zeal from this. This is disturbing. This is disturbing.
How do I?
You know, I warned these guys
Oh.
not to get into Deal and Shiver. They didn't listen to me.
Okay. So
Don't use drugs.
Yeah.
just say no.
Yeah, here's somewhat similar to the smile design I was talking about, which is the like jagged, like the mouth filled with far too many teeth, like more open than it should be.
Okay, and this is the
Sort of this design.
type in this
Okay.
one here. I think that's the name of the movie. It's like an old silent picture from the 1920s
Man.
or 30s. The Man That Laughs.
Man, that laugh.
Okay, so
I
it's
see what you mean.
yeah, it's you'll do a critical hit damage with your bite automatically.
Okay. So do I need to target him? I don't want to
No,
fight
just
myself again.
just roll damage twice with your bite. He's already
Okay.
yeah. You have to beat yeah, that'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another 17 points. Puts him at 47. Yeah, puts him at minus 25. So does not have a 25 con. He dies.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
And that's,
she's already moved, so I guess her turn is done.
she's moved. She's killed. The cult
Her work
deacon,
is done here.
yes, has to make a reflex save to continue to move. He wants
No,
to.
he has to make an acrobatics check if he wants to move at half speed.
Okay.
If he fails, then he cannot move at all and must make the reflex save again.
All
The
right.
DC is 10.
He doesn't have acrobatics, so it's just a flat out dex check. So
Yeah, even if he succeeds, he's moving at half speed.
so 15, so he succeeds. So that's
Yeah.
10, and then so it's 10 feet for the first square, and then 15, 20.
Yeah, do I see like his like feet do I see like squelching?
Yeah,
in the,
and you heard him make it out. 25, and then he kind of sees Bakai. I'm going to turn this off just for a second. Oh, that's not a
that's where everybody is.
yeah. I'm going to make him roll perception to see Bakai. Just because I think it'd be funnier if he ran into her. He's got a decent perception. 16. Give me a stealth check minus 10 for Bakai.
All right. Let me mark the minus 10.
You want to roll higher than 16. You might catch a fly.
With the minus 10, it's a 15.
Okay. So he turns. Arthur, make a perception check. Minus 10.
All right.
And he's got his minus 10. So he cancels out just a regular perception check.
So it just cancels out, you say?
Yeah.
That'd be a 22 then.
Okay. So he is headed towards Wall Street. So it's 10, 15.
So it's heading to the right.
He's heading to the right, yeah. So it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. Okay. He's going at full speed. So he gets probably
He
about
had to move it. He had to move at half speed just overall to get out of the thing.
Yeah, just for one square, right?
Let me look at Greece. I thought it implied just overall.
No, I think it's just while you're in the area.
Let me take a look. Yeah, they walk through the area at half speed. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I misread.
That's okay. Let's see
It's
here.
still 8 times movement though.
So he is going to. Okay, so it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's got to put some more distance. 5, 10, 15, 20. So he's headed towards Wall Street. So I'm going to move him.
Oh, I'm gonna beat him there.
Okay.
He thinks heading to Wall Street will save him. Let's go meet him there.
Velkeen.
Okay. Okay, the map went dark again.
Yeah. Back to. You have to click on your token. It should light up a little bit what you can see. I was having a hard time seeing where the alleys exited the map and stuff like that, so I had to.
Well, okay. Should I hang here or go help track the guy down?
Does
Go chase him
Velkeen know which way Wall Street is? He's pretty new to the city, so.
No, he does not.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend that everybody chase after him.
You can actually make a perception check, Velkeen.
All right. Okay, that's midnight. 1 second.
DC is 15 on this one. Okay, through the mist and the ambient moonlight, you can see Lankhmar's wall, which you presume Wall Street is next to the east.
Okay. To the east. Okay, so I can start moving that way.
Yep.
All right. How many moves? How many squares can I go?
12. If that's all you do.
Yeah. Each square is 5 feet, so if you take the move action,
It's 30 feet.
6 squares, and then if you take a stand action to move again, you'll get another 6, so 12.
Yeah. The old double move. You can see Bakai seems to be going down to the alleyway to the south. You can also see another alleyway to the north that leads towards Wall Street as well.
Does the message help with direction?
Yeah, you guys are all in it, but it might be confusing to a newcomer to the city. Left, right, up, down, north, south.
So
if you go north, there's an alleyway that presumably heads towards Wall Street.
okay.
And Bakai is to your right. So the south right now. Yeah, like that way there. That's an alleyway that heads towards Wall Street.
Okay, and I think that's as far as I can go.
Okay. That's your 12. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's it. Okay. You don't see or hear anything down that alleyway other than there's still people around, despite all this stuff going on. I just don't have minis on the map or anything like that.
Yeah.
Asami.
I'm gonna double move. While I'm double moving, can I, during one of those move actions, put away the sword?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Stick it back in her bag as she's moving this double move. 10, 15, 20, 40. I am here.
You can see Bakai heading south and Velkeen heading north.
She says to the message, "Where's the bad guy?"
It was south, but I don't know if you. I guess Arthur could see. I can see Asami, Velkeen, and Bakai go by that little intersection.
Yeah, I can't physically see them on the map.
Let's see. If I was
Because how the
to,
map works, yeah.
I was to just shift you to where they were.
I just double moved. I took everything.
I am inside a door. I am inside a building.
There we go.
And
There I
not wielding a weapon, so if anyone sees me, I am innocent. Yeah.
So yeah, you see him floating up there. Yeah, just you see he like basically points in the direction that the man's going.
Yeah, so it would be the way Bakai was going.
Okay.
All right. Shiver dealer number
Yeah.
1 is dead.
The east towards Wall Street.
Oh, he's not. He's the one that's going to live. Luna. Okay. Arthur.
I am going to he's not getting away from me. I'm gonna start heading that direction too.
Okay. This is like the helicopter.
Yeah. A 60-foot move his
Yep.
way.
It's the traffic copter
up.
from KTLA.
Yeah.
You going towards Wall Street? Over
yes,
the alley?
Yes, I will head over the alley towards Wall Street. Basically mapping out where he could go from there, like the bends in it.
Okay. Put you somewhere around there. I don't know if you can see him on there or not. Probably not.
I am outside of the map. That's weird looking.
Yeah. Let's see here. You got another 60 feet of movement. You follow that alley until it... Let me see where it goes. So that would be this alley here. And I happen to have a grid on there just for occasions like this. So that alley is 70 feet long. He's gone 30 feet. There's a bunch of doorways off of this alleyway. You don't see any of opened. You see a bunch of people hunkered down, huddled down in, with like cloaks pulled over them or rough blankets. Couple people are trying to prostitute themselves. A couple people are trying to, believe it or not, sell shiver. As this guy, let's do another perception check, and I'll oppose it with his stealth to see if he gets through the alleyway without banging into anyone or.
Yeah, so none of the doors are open, and I doubt he had the time to open and close them. So it's likely he's still in here.
Yeah, so everything's kind of like happening simultaneous too. It's not he goes, then you go, then it's everything's kind of at the same time. So as he made it out of the grease, you kind of followed over you're kind of like trying to mirror his movements. And this alleyway, the only exits are through like actual buildings until it gets out into Wall Street. At some point during there's enough activity in this area, like people haven't fled, that just the ambient noise has kind of overridden like his squelching footsteps. You look down to see blood. It's hard to see where blood is. You don't hear him panting. He's certainly somewhere in here. And you're up above. He would be the only person that would be looking up to see that you were there. So you don't really have to worry about others at this point seeing you and going, look. Plus there's enough drug-addled They're not
Oh,
going to.
I'm not afraid of them seeing me.
No. So you're convinced he's in this alley somewhere, but you haven't pinpointed him. You have another 60 feet of movement or another spell. Assume that you're probably within 40 or 50 feet, considering that you're 20 feet up. You're probably within. He's probably within 10 or 15.
Most of my spells require a line of sight, so I'm not going to cast on them. And casting grease around here, it's not going to fix anything. But since none of the doors are opened, I am actually going to. So where's the exit to this place? Is it basically like a long, like the only real exits like are doors, correct?
Yeah, or Wall Street itself.
I'm gonna like head out towards like basically. So it's like a straight line towards Wall Street.
Yeah, if you look on the map, the Lankhmar map, it is.
I see.
Right here, this alleyway here.
That one. Well, in that case, that's a perfectly nice straight line. I am actually going to go to basically the end of my movement, straight line over there, just so that he could still see me. Like, when he looks up, he knows I'm there. But I'm basically, like, interposing myself between him and Wall Street. So if he wants to go anywhere, he's going to have to either turn around or go through one of the doors, and I'll see the door open.
Okay. Excellent.
I'm gonna like sort of pantomime a clap down towards that direction, like if he's like looking at me, like see me do that.
Oh yeah. A clap, like the clapper.
Yeah, it like slow clap, just like I don't like do it loudly, so because nobody can hear me, but I just like do it. I like motion it enough to where he can see me.
Arthur does it, and the 4th floor window beside him lights up, and you can hear an old man in his bed go, "Damn you!" That's a clapper joke. Clap on, clap off. All right, Zed.
Don't know how to respond to that. All right, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3.
He's trying to.
4,
I'm gonna
5.
message. He's trying to hide in the crowd. That won't save him.
I'm gonna go here. She's gonna spend 5, 10 to move here. I'm gonna tap her with a spell. She's gonna grow big feathery wings. So that's 10. And then she's gonna head an extra 50 feet in the direction that he's being chased.
Okay.
It's only round 4. The fear is only half over.
Yeah, I know.
Plus 4 more rounds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't track through the building, but she's gonna.
You're
head that way.
Yeah, gotcha. You're like out here-ish.
Okay.
And Arthur's like out here-ish now.
Yeah, I headed out towards like the end, like as far as I could.
You can give me a perception check, Bakai. I've got a number that you have to beat.
I told you, she squirrel.
Yep. Okay. You can definitely see Arthur though at the far end of the alleyway, and he's kind of like hovering, and he's kind of trying to look menacing and clap at the same time.
Heading towards Arthur. She's gone as far as she can, so that's our turn. So.
Okay.
He's around here somewhere.
Midnight.
Going after Velkeen.
Okay. Gonna go like do your turn after Velkeen, or just moving? Okay, gotcha. Catch up.
Okay.
All right.
And that's it.
All right. Let's see here. Cool Deacon.
Yeah, I got my eyes peeled for any of the doors spontaneously opening. Or like windows, like opening, like something smashing open.
There's one thing I want to do. I don't think it works like the way I think I want it to work.
Whose go
What are
is
you
it?
trying to do?
Let's let's see here. Arthur. You can hear the sound of chanting.
If he tries to cast a spell, doesn't that end invisibility?
If he tries to attack you.
Yeah, if it does
Not
damage.
casting a spell, period.
No, it has to be an attack. Hi, Cito.
Can I try so I can hear him casting it?
Yeah, you
Try
can
to
hear
make
him cast it. It's make a spellcraft at -10.
Yeah, I can't see the somatic components, so yeah, that makes sense. Just subtract 10 from this result.
Yep.
Oh,
nice.
it's a nat 20. That's a 24.
It's, I think it might have been a spell that you had at one point, Disguise Self. Or maybe Luna had that.
I have the spell Disguise Self.
Okay, so that's why you know it. He's
If it
still
looks-
invisible.
He's casting Disguise Self. He's trying to slip away.
Velkeen.
Okay. And the wall is to the north? Wall Street's to the north?
To the east.
Yeah, it's east. So yeah, you know that he's trying to he's trying to use magic to blend into the crowd. That's what Arthur told.
I'm just trying to get east. I guess it's the wrong way.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's an alleyway right here. Yeah, right there. That way. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not lighting up for me. It's
No, it's because it's off the map.
It's because there's no map there. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh. So where should I go? Right here?
Yeah, you get to about there actually, and the alleyway ends where you are,
Okay.
and it looks like there's like a 3 or 4 stores. One looks like almost like a Goodwill kind of used clothing store. Another one is just like home, like a really down and out Bed Bath and Beyond. It's the kind of stores that are down at the back end of this alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the actual alleyway end where you were. You know that if you went north, that alleyway would lead out towards Wall Street. And you know that if you went south.
Okay, and he's supposed to be around here, the guy we're chasing?
Yeah, you can see Bakai with her large feathery wings again fly overhead. There seems to be some kind of alleyway to the south.
So I see Bakai to the south?
Yeah. Over top of the buildings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, flying.
So I guess start moving my way. I mean, I've moved my maximum numbers, or
No, you can move. You can do double what your normal movement is. If you want to move back, you can get back to where you were. You're convinced he wasn't in that alleyway.
okay.
I think Midnight would be up. Midnight waited
Okay.
for you, right? So she would be 19.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Midnight.
Okay. Yeah.
Does Midnight have scent?
As a special ability?
Yeah, she might be able to sniff them out if she gets close enough.
Small cat.
Fortitude, reflex, will.
Well, as awesome as that would be, would she be able to know the difference between the invisible guy and all the other drug dealers or drug users in the
He's
area?
bleeding.
That's an idea.
Yeah, he's fighting off death. Which also means that if he breaks invisibility, I can see that he's missing hit points because of Death Watch.
Let me see here.
I don't know where that would be.
Special abilities: grab, pounce, and rake.
No scent then.
No, I gave him the like the jaguar kind of,
Yeah.
as opposed to the leopard
I think
with the
rake is great for combat. Scent is great for tracking. But
yeah,
rake,
exactly.
think
I think I went maybe with the pounce and the rake as opposed to the scent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a no.
No, she can't actually smell them, but she can physically find them, like just by moving around and bumping into him if he's back on the map. If he's
yeah, it's a perception check.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Yep. Okay, so you get to that area there, and you know that area that you're about to step in is an area of grease. So let's do a perception check.
I rolled that one earlier. Does that one count?
For midnight,
Yeah.
you got Velkeen for that one.
Oh, I did?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, so I did. Okay. Oh my god.
Okay. So just the magical area of Greece. It's got Midnight's hackles up. She kind of like does the cat foot
Okay.
shake as she stops.
All right.
Asami.
We'll follow midnight because it doesn't go that way because I saw Bakai go that way. So 10, 15, 20. Do I see Arthur in the air from this point?
He's a long way down.
Okay.
You are human or half elven?
Yeah. No, this one's human.
Human. Okay. Give us a perception check.
All right.
So
I've moved 20, so
I've established that there's a hazy moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see Arthur way down near the mouth of Wall Street, almost
Yeah,
above, almost
the shadow I cast on the ground is
Yeah.
that monstrous one.
almost like 150 feet away, roughly 100 so feet away.
Did that same roll determined if I heard footsteps? Well, I guess it's really hard to hear footsteps and invisible guy sneaking around over the normal clatter of town
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah, you don't hear anything or see anything. You hear in the comms that he's either got to come out this way where you are or go through a door.
Yeah, I also mentioned disguise self. He's
also-
trying to hide himself.
Also mentioned he's tried to change his appearance.
Yeah. So okay, let me back up. You said he might be in the area where I'm at.
Yeah. Or he coming that way at least.
Yeah. 20.
You've seen Arthur's Grease before, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. How many excuse me. Yeah, how many drug users are in this area? Well, I want to talk about specifically if Asami was looking south and west by 10 to 20 feet in that area.
Yeah, anybody who's come across you guys during this phase have kind of fled, cleared out, if they're able to.
She'll say in the message, avert your eyes, and then as she's casting this spell, she'll say, if you're on drugs, you might see bright lights. That's bad. Don't do drugs, folks. She casts glitter dust.
Okay, where are you going to cast glitter dust?
Yeah, I want to find the little ping button here.
Yes, it's at the top. It's like the fourth one over, ping mode.
Yeah, okay. And I want to center it on this intersection, or the dead center of that circle.
Okay, that's a roof. Oh, that's a dead end. Where you pinged. The
I can't tell this
Yeah.
map. I mean, I understand
It's-
the darkness stuff, but it's real hard to see.
There
what's
you
going
go.
on.
How's that?
Okay, so he's not in there.
Oh, you can put it in there if you want. I'm just saying that that's a dead end. And
Okay.
you can see that it's a dead end.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we have to go. I'll just keep. So this is the 30 feet of movement to finish that off. I don't really know. I mean, how this is going. Like, I have no idea. I thought for sure there'd be like an
Yeah.
area to cover.
Yeah, me too.
You're on the right track.
Well, I
he
guess-
would have been coming if he was going to exit the alleyway. He'd be exiting the alleyway via that entrance. He maybe already has, and maybe he went into that. If you want to do it there, that's fine. But you know that that's a dead end,
Okay.
so I can put you
Oh.
wherever. So this is the entrance to the alleyway where Arthur was, where the line is. And then here's
I want to cast it such that it does not affect midnight. I don't want midnight wrapped up in the glitter dust.
what is it?
No,
10 by 10?
I'd have to look. I don't have these memorized, so let's see. They all change. You know what I mean? Yeah, 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius.
And I can do 100 feet plus 10 feet per level, so I can kick it down the alley a little bit further.
Yeah, like
Than
you could
right on my face. Yeah.
put it wherever you want to put it.
Let's do ping mode.
Yeah, do
That's not a ping. That's a ping. I'll target it right there.
okay. Something
Just so that.
like that,
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
or maybe even like this.
That works too, as long as I'm not in it and I don't want to have midnight go blind. So.
Okay. Do you see what I see?
Now let me click the spell. Doink. I guess we'll just do cast.
Yeah.
The sparkly, glowy, good, glitter dust.
Ah, now he's visible.
Do you see what I see?
He is disguised, however.
That was a standard action, and I think that's the bad guy. He just appeared out of nowhere. I
Just
mean,
appeared.
He doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
But he was an invisible guy, and
Yeah.
now he's got glowy shit all over him.
Yeah,
Pointing
Yeah,
him out.
looking at him. Whenever
He
a
has
creature has 4 or more hit points and they're still alive, it's referred to as fighting off death. Can I see that in him?
yeah. That's the
And
guy.
It's, what is it? -40 to stealth. Is that right? Glitter dust.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, he's
cloud
not hiding.
He's visible.
Golden cloud of particles covers.
You
everyone,
also hit
everything in the
you also
area.
hit a
Oh,
crowd of people. but
You
that's fine.
also might blind him, so he
Causing creatures to become blinded and visibly outlining invisible things for the duration of the spell, all within area covered by dust, which cannot be removed and
Sort of
continues to sparkle.
Yeah, how many-
Fortitude save or will save.
How many hapless civilians got hit by that?
Spell resistance, no. Will negates blind only.
Will negates. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
it
yeah.
negates the blindness, but he's still going to be visible.
Yeah, he's still gonna have glittery all over him. And that probably-
21.
Yeah,
21. Okay, so he's not blinded.
I'm guessing he does. I'm
Alright,
guessing it's enough.
shaken,
I don't
so,
see
yeah.
where it says.
Yeah, he's not blinded, but he can't go invisible. Okay.
Hey, he can. He just has to take a -4 penalty to stealth checks.
Well, he doesn't really benefit from visibility, more or less.
Yeah. If he tries to go invisible again, he'll be covered in glitter dust still for the next X round of rounds.
Yep.
Okay.
So I point him out. I found him. He's right here.
Okay, get him on the comms. All right. So Luna, who also is invisible, was going up this way. So she goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
If she has
40,
the movement, she's going to bop him so hard.
45, and she gets into in her haste to get there.
Yeah, I
She
was wondering if
steps-
she was going to hit my grease.
She's going to step in the grease. It's reflex. Flex, flex, flex,
Yeah,
flex, flex.
it's a terrible DC, so she's probably fine. She's fine.
She's got to make an acrobatics check now to continue moving. Oh, and she does. She kind of just slides right through it. And she comes to a stop. She can't do an attack this round, though.
Yeah, she double moved, I imagine.
Yeah.
But if he tries to go away, he's going to eat some AOs.
Yeah. We've got you now, you turkey. Arthur.
I am going to start. I'm going to start like lackadaisically floating my way towards him.
Okay. 60 feet,
Like,
or
how close can I get? Yeah.
Yeah, you can get as close as you want. You've got 120 feet of movement, so you tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to take the normal move action with that.
Okay.
Just to get over towards him.
Any other spells or anything like that?
I don't think I need to.
Oh, 60.
I was thinking about if we didn't hit him with that, I would have made the illusion of, since I can move the silent image, I was going to have the illusion of money raining down from the sky, like behind me, so that people would try to go after it, but he can't because he sees me and he can't go towards me.
Yeah.
So it would single him out. But no, I don't need to do that.
You guys have all the exits taped off here.
Yeah, as he sees me floating, like I'm sort of like sort of going diagonally down towards him, sort of like I'm mimicking like walking down like steps towards him.
All right.
You know, honestly, I don't really need to do much else except for that. I'm just going to do that as he sees me approaching.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to give him a good old-fashioned AD&D morale check.
Yeah, he's surrounded.
You can see Asami and Luna, and he saw the fucking panther go by a minute ago. There was a lady in the air with wings. He knows that there's an archer somewhere. Like, yeah, all right. This is just going to be a good old-fashioned. He's got to be 20 on the will check, or else his morale breaks. Yeah. He holds up his hands. You win this time. And we'll put a pin in it there.
Bind him, gag him, and blind him. In whatever order you prefer.
All right. Cult Deacon captured after a crazed chase through the night market of Lankhmar. Several shiver dealers turned up dead. What are you gonna do with What are you gonna do with the other guy?
He's gonna have a bad time. Oh, we're probably gonna just stab him.
What we'll do is we can.
We'll see. We'll see.
We can either role play it over the Discord over the next couple weeks, or we can wait till 2 Mondays from now, and we'll get into all the details. Good game, guys. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect to have to use all 3 spells that I learned this session, but hey. I figured, you know what? I've not been using enough spells. I gotta start using them. And what a better situation to use Fly, Jagged Smile, and Grease.
Yeah, it worked out cool.
What does Jagged Smile do again?
Jagged Smile is a 2nd level necromancy spell that it's self only. It's on the sorcerer cleric. It's basically a sorcerer cleric spell. The exact description states that for the next 10 minutes per spell level, your eyes turn black and weep blood, and your teeth become jagged fangs. You gain a bite attack, 1d3 points of damage if you're small, 1d4 if you are medium, and you gain a +4 profane bonus on intimidate checks and on your spell DCs for spells with a fear descriptor. You additionally perceive creatures as if using Death Watch.
Oh, okay.
So basically, it makes my fear effects far stronger.
Yeah,
Makes them scary.
Yeah, it colossally boosts my ability to scare people. It's a very, very good buff spell that I'm going to be casting very often, and that's why I wanted the mask, so I can
kind of hide it.
Accentuate that.
Oh, accentuate
Well,
it.
not fully hide it.
Yeah, you can't. You don't want to fully hide it. That would mitigate.
Well, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Well, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks, right?
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Night, everybody.
Yeah, I
Right.
chose the hair mask